In a closely contested, hard-fought rivalry game that goes down to the final seconds, so many moments play a part in the final result. From Kailee, Helwig and Southern Columbia using a quick strike offense to dominate small portions of the game to Mount Carmel freshman Raina Paulson taking over the third quarter to a key press break late by the Tigers, several things filled important roles Tuesday night. We knew it was going to be tough, Southern Columbia coach Jim Kessler said. It's a backyard rival, Cole region. I give Mount Carmel a lot of credit. They fought. We fought. It was ugly, but it was a hard-fought game. The biggest story, though, was free throw shooting in the Tigers' 40-37 win over the Red Tornadoes. Foul shots lost us that game, Mount Carmel coach Isabella Polizza said. Realistically, it was foul shots and layups. We do them every single practice. It went down to the wire. If we hit a few more of them, it's a different game. Mount Carmel, 8-4, shot 6 of 24 from the line in the game. The Tigers finished 15 of 25 from the stripe, but were 14 of 17 through the first 31 minutes before going just 1 of 8 over the final 60 seconds. Southern's misses left the door open for Mount Carmel 3-point attempt in the final 5 seconds that would have tied the game, but clanged off the back of the rim. Southern Columbia, 6-6, started the fourth quarter with its third quick run of the game. The Tigers trailed 27-23 after the third quarter. We say we never quit, and we didn't quit, Kessler said. Could we have played better? Yeah, but that happens. The thing I told them is, it's easy to play well when things are going well. It tells you a lot about a team when things aren't going the right way. They kept fighting. That's the sign of a winner. The Tigers scored 5 points in the first 24 seconds, getting a 3-pointer from Amelia Leslie and a Helwig transition layup on either side of a Mount Carmel turnover. We strive to have our defense create our offense in transition, Kessler said. When we can make a couple plays defensively, we get into an offensive frenzy where we make a run. It usually happens when we play great defense. That was the start of an 8-1 Southern Columbia in the first 132 of the quarter, which gave the Tigers a 31-28 lead. We just try to have good energy, Helwig said. I try to hype my team up and get everyone pumped. When those happens, we need to keep it up. Defense is our key. That's what we focus on mainly. When we get steals, we try to push tempo quick. The Tigers scored the game's first 8 points in an 8-0 run over 2:30, and Helwig scored 4 points in 9 seconds in the second quarter. In those 3 stretches combined, Southern Columbia outscored the Red Tornadoes 20-1 in a span of 4:11, with Helwig scoring 13 of her team-high 18 points in those same stretches. Mount Carmel outscored the Tigers 37-21 in the game's other 27 minutes, 49 seconds. I think it could have went either way, Polizza said. I never doubted we could come up with a win. I think we could play them 5 times, and it's a game every time. Paulson, who scored a game-high 24 points, hit a jumper to pull the Red Tornadoes to within 1 point with 1:22 to play. Mount Carmel called a timeout and brought out a press, but Helwig and the Tigers had an answer. Helwig inbounded the ball and sprinted up the court, getting the ball back in the middle of the floor almost immediately and starting a 3-on-1 fast break that led to a Bella Snyder layup. We knew they were going to trap, Helwig said. We try to get it to the middle quick because that's how you break the press. Once I saw my teammates open, I tried to attack the defender, to have her come to me. Then I dish it off. After a Mount Carmel turnover, Helwig found Macie Swank, who scored 12 points, for a layup and a 5-point Southern lead with 1:01 to play. The Red Tornadoes didn't get closer than 3 the rest of the way. We all knew it was going to be a hard game, Helwig said. We were trying to go 100%, have a good team effort, and go out there with a good mindset. Southern started hot, scoring the first 8 points and forcing Mount Carmel into turnovers on 4 of its first 5 possessions. Mount Carmel flipped things from there, holding the Tigers scoreless for the next 7-12 and going on a 14-2 run of its own over a stretch of 11-20. Unfortunately, it just didn't go our way. Helwig then scored 4 points in 9 seconds, hitting a pair of free throws and getting a steal and fast break layup to tie the game at 14 heading into halftime. Paulson, who scored 11 third-quarter points, Hannah Fourspring and Samantha Siegrist each had 11 rebounds for the Red Tornadoes, who finished with a 48-32 advantage on the boards. For Mount Carmel, however, that 6-4-24 mark was glaring.